Hello everybody, I'm Alen. This is Prospect Pulse, the podcast where we talk about international basketball players in under 20 minutes. It's that time of the year again. Summer is approaching and domestic and international leagues are slowly coming to an end. In a few days, Berlin will be hosting the Euroleague Top 4, and luckily for me, also the Adidas Next Generation Tournament Finals, where 8 teams will compete for the trophy in order to be crowned Europe's best under 18 team. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the most interesting players that will come and fight for that title. Let's start right away with Real Madrid, the reigning champions and a team full of interesting prospects. Born in 2006, Hugo González is a 198-meter tall forward who is one of the most interesting prospects coming out of Spain in recent years. He usually dominates against competition of his same age. So far this season, he has also been training with Real Madrid's first team and has played in 10 ACB games and 3 Euroleague games. In ACB, the highlight was a game in December against Breogán, where he played 14 minutes and scored 12 points, 3 rebounds and 1 assist, scoring 2 out of 3 attempts from beyond the arc and being perfect from the free throw line with 4 out of 4 attempts. He excels in open court, but is more than a slasher on 5-on-5. We see him often running pick and rolls and getting repetitions to practice his decision making. In the Adidas Next Generation Tournament, we see him stop and shoot from mid-range, go all the way to the rim, hit clutch shots, or find the roll after reading the weak side. Defensively, he shows great potential. He is strong and long, has good lateral mobility, and therefore shows potential to be switchable. He plays with heart, and this translates into hustle plays all game long. The next player that I want to highlight is Egor Demin, a 2 meters tall player coming out of Russia and in my opinion, one of the most fun to watch players in this Real Madrid squad. I would describe him as a total player, potential playmaker 1 through 4 with great vision and feel for the game, which we can see when he runs fast breaks and finds open teammates, delivers quick one-touch passes when swinging the ball, or makes reads out of pick and roll or off-screen plays. Stats do not tell the whole story, but they can point us in some direction. In Egor's case, they make a case for the hypothesis of a total player and point out his versatility. So far this season, he averages 13 points, shooting 57.1% from 2 and 33.6% from 3, 5.1 total rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 2.2 steals with only 1.7 turnovers in only 23 minutes per game. This happens in the Spanish 4th division. But the stat line looks very similar also in the Under-19 League and in the Adidas Next Generation Tournament. Question about the low post playmaking. I would really like to see more from him in this area, but still we see he's very versatile. Big questions in my opinion come on defense and where will he play at the pro level. Right now he acts as a point guard most of the time. This reminds me of Isaac Bonga. While he can bring up the ball and create for others, I believe he could excel playing as a secondary ball handler or as a wing with playmaking ability. Defensively, if he becomes decent on weak side reads, deflecting passes, contesting shots, helping with rebounding, he should be more than okay for the pro level. I really have a hard time imagining him defending smaller, quicker American guards, but hey, he's still young and we should see. I have heard rumors of him going to college. This would be very interesting to see. As usual, wherever he lands and what role he will get will be crucial to analyze further. However, there's still a bit of time until then. Real Madrid recently lost against FC Barcelona in Spain's Under-19 national tournament final. The season before, they lost against Juventud Badalona. Surely Demin, Hugo, and the rest of the squad will want to end the season on a high note, and will try to get the title. I really can't wait to see these two talented players and the rest of the squad go up against very good opposition with the best teams of Europe attending. Moving forward, we take a look at the team coming from Belgrade, Mega Mis. There are certain guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Mega having talented bigs. The Serbian team has seen the likes of NBA players like Goga Bitadze, Nikola Jokic, and Nikola Jovic defend their colors, and their under-18 team of this season, it's no different and we can find some interesting players too. The first player from Mega that I would like to talk about is Abdrahmane Sidi, a 2006-born Malian center who, at 2 meters 11, provides vertical contests, runs the floor, or can secure the rebound and outlet or initiate the fast break by himself. He covers a lot of ground in defense when closing out. He has got a nice touch near the rim, and we see him comfortable playing inside out distributing the ball. I need to see him more playing in the low post, going one-on-one, and a potential mid-range shot game. But the impact on the floor is clear, and he rarely goes on. One of his teammates and another player to keep an eye on is Ongyen Nikolic. At 2 meters 10 tall big, with a soft touch and what looks like a promising long-distance shot. Nikolic was born the 24th of May of 2006. And he is fast, well, when rim running, but also shows to have a quick first step when facing up to the basket. He seems to be able to take advantage of driving in straight lines. Doesn't look too much of a ball handler, although he has a soft touch finding passes on these drives. He doesn't dominate rebounding or in on-ball defense, and this is definitely an area where I would like to see more of him in the upcoming tournament. We're not done with Mega yet. Of course, the bigs look interesting. There's also Paco, who is 1 year younger, and definitely a player to keep an eye on, but worth mentioning is Jack Kayil. He's a recent champion of the NBBL, the Under-19 league from Germany, where he was an MVP back-to-back in his case, since he also won it with Alba the season before. Recently, he signed with Mega, after playing this season for Rasta Vechta in the Pro A, the German second division, and their Under-19 team. Jack stands out with the ball in his hand. He's a long-distance threat, but also will punish his defender with on-point dribble moves and drives to the basket. He's also good finding open teammates in pick and rolls or running the fast break, displaying poise and good timing. If you have not seen him play yet, you should look for his game with the Adidas Invitational team against Real Madrid. His first half is a great display of offensive talent. Playing at home, Berlin, with his new team and with top-level opposition, should provide a nice scenario for Jack to shine. Definitely one of the players to keep an eye on. Since we already mentioned Alba Berlin, the hosts, we can jump right into them. At 2 meters 10 centimeters, Amon Dörries is a big who has showed potential to not only play inside, but also to handle the ball on the perimeter. He was a German NBBL, this is the Under-19 League champion, and this season has played with Alba's Under-19 team, as well as in the Pro B with Lok Bernau. Even a few minutes in the BBL, Germany's first division. Amon still needs to tick many boxes to confirm his unicorn potential, but from what I hear from the coaches that he works with, he is willing to learn and a hard worker, so let's keep a close eye on him. Also worth mentioning are Dorian Grosper, an interesting shooting guard from Luxembourg with upside as a slasher, and Anton Nufer, a German 204 centimeters tall versatile player that right now plays as a point guard, but I see with potential to play 1-2-4 if he develops well. For the next player, we stay in Germany and look into the youth team from the current BBL champions, Radio Farm Ulm. In recent years, Ulm has hosted current NBA players like Jeremy Sochan, Killian Hayes, or the projected to be drafted in the first round of this year, Pacome Dadiet. Noah Esseng seems to be the next French player that could eventually make the jump across the pond. He is a 205 tall forward, born the 18th of December of 2006, which puts him technically closer to the 2000-born generation than to his own. He has been statistically dominant in the Adidas Next Generation tournament, scoring in double digits in all games. Besides this, he has played mainly in the Pro B, but also in the BBL up to 9 occasions until now, averaging 4 minutes and 23 seconds. He is quick running the fast break and going coast to coast, but mainly in straight lines. He shows a mix of smooth moves and strong finishes in the paint, and a decent outside shot if he is left wide open with enough time. However, he often seems out of control. The question here is, will he be able to score in the same way when the physical aspect is equal at the next level? Before we move on to the next player, it is worth mentioning that he is a competitor and a player that enjoys clutch moments. A clear example can be seen against Algiris in the final of the Dubai tournament, where he hits long-distance shots and makes strong plays above the rim until they win the game. Now we quickly hop on the train and travel across the border until we reach Italy and Milano, whose colors are defended by the next player that I will briefly talk about. Milan played a great tournament and only lost in the final against none other than FC Barcelona. They did so in style, sharing the ball and taking a lot of long-distance shots. Many players look good in their system, but especially one caught my eye, the 2007-born Diego Caravaglia. He is a 202 meters tall forward who plays with high energy and excels scoring inside the paint. He will do a bit of everything, score, distribute, and capture rebounds or get steals. Last year, he had a great European Championship with Italy's under-16 national team, where he scored in double digits in 6 out of 7 games, including a 26-point game against Germany in the quarterfinals and 19 points against Spain in the final. His shooting splits for the whole tournament were 58.1, 37.8 with 5.3 attempts per game, and 72.2% from the charity stripe. In summary, a player that might fly under the radar with so many names in this upcoming tournament, but one to follow up closely. We hop on the train again, and this time we end up in Paris, and this will be the next team that we look into. INSEP Paris, another team that will traditionally have very interesting prospects each season. The starting point guard in the Paris tournament, where Nolan Traore did not play, was Thalys Solhak. He's a fast 189 tall player born in 2006 that arguably has the most possessions in their offense. He excels in open court and punishes the defense with his quickness and shiftiness, getting many chances to finish in the paint and at the rim. It will be interesting though to see if he improves his decision making and is able to extend his shooting range. Defensively, we mostly see him occupying positions on the weak side. He seems aware, but does not pose much of a problem for attackers on their way to the rim. Probably, his usage will go down in favor of Nolan Traore, who is a must-watch player. The explosive guard already played at the pro level with Saint Quentin and recently posted an impressive 25 points and 5 assists games against Chalon. Arguably the best point guard in the whole tournament, but he will face tough opposition, so it will be really interesting to see. Another of the players and one of my favorites to watch is Yannis Allard. He's a 2 meters tall player born in 2007, very elegant, moves smoothly through the floor, but shows a high motor and high energy, both on offense and defense, where we see him apply himself full court or chasing opponents navigating through screens in set plays. Offensively, we can see him finishing at the rim, mixing up different layup finishes, shooting with a nice form, especially in catch and shoot situations with time, or making easy plays for his teammates. Cameron Hoindo, sorry if I'm murdering his name, but I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. He's even younger. He's a 204 tall forward born in 2008, looks like a prototype of a modern versatile forward who is very mobile and agile for his size. His long frame and wingspan allow him to contest shots and be very present in defense while still being present offensively, but without having a big role on that side of the floor yet. He mainly swings the ball or sets screens, and his shot needs some work, but his high motor, physical tools, ability to play above the rim and feel for the game are very promising. Before we jump onto the next team, I still need to mention quickly Nathan Soliman, who is still raw but has the appearance of a future NBA player. Like Hoindo, he is a forward, slightly above 2 meters, but in this case, even younger. He is born in 2009 and already shows he can definitely play against the 2006 generation. He is long, mobile, and even shows some range in his shooting. Must follow for all scouts. Last but not least, we make a stop in sunny Barcelona to briefly talk about some of their players. Kasparas Jakusionis led FC Barcelona to the title in the Belgrade tournament, where they beat Milan in the final. Jakusionis is a 2006-born, 193 tall guard, who I believe we can confidently place as one of the best of the whole ANGT finals. International with Lithuania, he is able to get to his spots and inside the paint, where he averaged 17 points per game with 66.7% of efficiency from 2. With Lithuania, in the last Under-18 European Championships, he averaged 13 points with 44.8% from inside the arc. His outside shooting splits oscillate between competitions. In the ANGT, he shot 30.4% with 23 total attempts, while in the European Championships, his efficiency was higher with 38.5% out of 26 attempts. However, scoring is only a part of his game. He leads the team like a proper point guard, distributes the ball, finding open teammates, and does his fair share of work on the defensive end. There are no doubts that he will be a pro. The question is rather what is his ceiling, and this upcoming tournament will be a good test with a lot of talent going at him. Next, we have the Italian Dame Sar. He's a proper scoring machine. At 198 meters tall, he averaged double digits in the Belgrade tournament, as well as with the under-18 Italian national team in the European Championships. But this is not all. With Barcelona's EBA team, he also averaged double digits, and the same could be seen in the Spanish under-19 league. He is consistent across all competitions. The shooting splits vary though, as well as the volume, but there is no doubt that he will find ways to score, be it taking the ball to the rim, taking advantage of his athleticism, or hitting clutch shots. However, he's not a ball hog, will make easy plays, and will also work on the defensive side. Like Jakusionis, no doubts about his career, about him becoming a pro. The questions are more about his ceiling, rather than about his floor. As if Barcelona did not have enough backward talent, they also bring Mateo Grujic, who is 1 year younger as his peers. He's born in 2007. Here, I need to be straightforward and honest. I'm a big fan of the kid. I know him since he was 11 years old, have coached against and with him, and have seen his evolution from up close. Mathieu works relentlessly outside of the given training times. He's always looking for opportunities to practice and get better. He's hungry and confident in his ability, and this is clear when you watch him play, be it with the German national youth teams, with Alba when he was still here, or now with FC Barcelona at the big international stage. The game, especially offensively, comes easy to him. The big questions to answer will be how will he adapt defensively to the next level and how he evolves physically. This tournament will be a great test and a great place to watch him play. So yeah, that's it for today and this short preview of only some of the players that will compete in this tournament. Worth mentioning is also that for the first time, Overtime Elite will participate with a selection team, which surely will add even more interest for the professional and amateur scouts that will attend. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and as usual, if you would like to join the conversation, please feel free to contact me. You can find the information in the description of this episode.